in Brixham. Welcome to today's vlog. It is Saturday morning and I'm just walking into town. I've got a few things to get and then I'm going to go. Can you hear the seagulls? Really noisy. Yeah, I've got a few things to get and then I'm going to go round to my friend's house. We were going to meet in town, but she's not feeling wonderful, so I'm going to go round there and have a good old catch up and a nice cup of tea with her. That's everything in town done. I'll show you what I got when I get back. I literally can't breathe because my friend lives up a massive hill, so I'm just having a little rest and getting my breath back. I'm so unfit, not even funny. Anyway, I'll catch up with you when I come out my friend's house. As I said before, I'm trying to use up things from my sort of store cupboard. So I've got this farmhouse dumpling mix and this big pot of gravy. I've just made the dumplings up. First thing this morning, I put this stew into the slow cooker. So it's 5% beef mince, lentils, onions, carrots, potatoes, peas, and the gravy. I'm just going to pop the dumplings on the top and leave it to cook for another half an hour. And I'm going to cook up some cabbage to go with it, and then we'll have this for lunch. It smells divine, I have to say. I can't wait for this. I had a lovely time with my friend and her little dogs. We had such a nice chat and a catch up and a cup of, I think it was lemon and ginger tea that we had, and she gave me this beautiful card, so thank you. And I also got a calendar, which I'll show you. Devon calendar. I like to have a calendar because I like to sort of see the whole month and be able to pencil things in, and obviously because we were away in January I didn't get one, so it was half price, which is a really good bargain. So we've got this month, we've got the lighthouse at Start Point. That's somewhere where we go for walks actually quite often. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that. I need to start filling in what I need to do and like my work shifts and stuff like that. Other than that, I just got a couple of bits for my dad for his birthday, so I'm gonna wrap up his stuff now and then it will be time for lunch, and then I'm off to meet another friend and have a walk around in Brixham. Lunchtime, and this is the stew from the slow cooker. Looks divine and smells really good. And there's enough left for another meal, so all good. I'm off now to see another friend, and I'm actually going to drive myself this time. I'm in the driver's seat, so I don't drive all that often, and obviously I haven't driven for 2 months, so wish me luck trying to find somewhere to park in Brixham. I'm back home. I had a lovely walk with my friend. I'll pop some pictures for you to see. We walked down to the end of the breakwater and back and had a good old natter. It's about 4 o'clock now, so I'm going to go in and do my Spanish practice. I'm sorry the light isn't very wonderful, but it's about 4:30 now, so it's starting to sort of get a bit dark. But I wanted to just start to chat a bit about the process that we're going to have to go through with our move to Fuerteventura. So because the UK is no longer part of the EU, we don't have freedom of movement anymore. We're treated as a third country. So if you want to move permanently to somewhere like Spain, which is where we would be moving to, because Fuerteventura, the Canary Islands, are part of Spain, you have to apply for a visa. And there are different visas for different countries, and it's quite complicated, but it's very doable. So, you know, if you have a dream, don't give up on it. There's one main issue, in my opinion, and that's money. That's the cost of it. Basically, you have to prove that you can support yourselves, that you can live, and you're not going to be, I suppose, a burden on the Spanish or the French or wherever you're applying for. I believe for Spain there are 4 visas that you can apply for. The first one is called the Golden Visa. I don't know a great deal about this one because it doesn't apply to us, but basically, as far as I can make out, you have to purchase a property in Spain that costs more than basically €500,000. I don't know what other criteria you have to fit, but I know that's the main criteria for the golden visa. There's also a work visa, which I don't know anything about, to be honest, and I don't think it's a very easy thing to get. I think you have to basically be employed by... No, I don't know. I don't know enough about it. I don't want to say anything on here in case I get it wrong. But, you know, do research that one if you think it will apply to you. They've just also brought out the digital nomad visa. And again, I don't know much about this one because it doesn't apply to me. But I think it's still being tweaked. So again, if you think it might work for you, do your research. And there's the one that we're going to apply for is called the NLV, or the non-lucrative visa. So you'll hear me talking a lot in the next few months about the NLV. That's the visa that we're applying for. I will talk in a lot more detail about the non-lucrative visa. I'll do a separate little video at some point about what you actually need to qualify for the non-lucrative visa. But basically what we're going to have to do is fill in lots of forms. We have to get a police check, a medical certificate. We have to sort out, you either have to have health insurance or a thing called an S1. But again, I'll explain all this in the other video. And there's 3 ways that you can go through this process to apply for the non-lucrative visa. You can either do it all yourself, gather all the information together. You can use an immigration lawyer to help you, or you can use like a relocation company. We have chosen to use a relocation company, which obviously is going to cost even more money, but we want some help with the paperwork. When you've got all your paperwork together, you have to have it apostilled or translated. And when you've done all that, you then have to make an appointment at the Spanish embassy, either in London, Manchester or Edinburgh, depending on which part of the UK you live in. And then you go to your appointment and you have an interview and they check everything, bank accounts. It's endless things to do. But like I say, I'm going to talk more about it in much more depth and do like a little step-by-step process for you. I've done loads and loads of research into this, and one channel that I found really helpful on YouTube is called U2 Spain, and he does some really good little, well, they're quite long videos actually, and lots of question and answers and things like that. And I've also used Citizens Advice Spain, which is a website. They've got lots of good information. There's loads of information out there, but you've got to do your research. Like I say, I've spent 18 months researching what's best for us. Excuse me. I'll get dry throat otherwise because I'm talking so much. So yeah, I'm being a bit rambly and a bit vague, but I just wanted to say that's the visa that we're applying for, the non-lucrative visa, and I will be more specific and give you more information about it in a separate video. But also, as you know, the days go by and we start doing the paperwork and things like that, I will let you know what we're doing and how it's going. I do know quite a few people who've gone through the process on their own. There's a lot of Facebook groups about applying for non-lucrative visa, and there's some really helpful people on there, and there's also people that don't have a clue what they're talking about. So be very careful. The fees are very high to apply for the visa, and if you have to pay the fees, and if they don't grant you the visa, you don't get your money back. So you have to have the paperwork. It has to be absolutely perfect. The Spanish are very keen, you know, on paper and paperwork, and like I say, it all has to be translated in this special way. I've got a big folder here which is called NLV, and it's full of printouts and scribbled notes and what have you. Like I say, I did a lot of research before we decided that this is what we wanted to do, just to make sure that we fit the criteria for applying for the visa. When I make the other video about the NLV in more detail, I will share all the resources that I found helpful, so that if it is something that you want to go through, then you could have a look at those resources as well. But for now, I'll stop rambling on and I will go and do my Spanish practice, and I'm going to end the vlog here because I'm going to do my Spanish practice, have some soup and go and watch TV when Martin's finished watching England. Is it Scotland they're playing in the Six Nations? So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all on Tuesday. Bye.